this to be like a weekly thing, but watching the videos and editing it, I realized, oh my gosh, like I do a lot of hand movements and my eyes literally looked everywhere. I don't know, I've never like on the other ends before, so I don't know how that work. I planned something out today, so hopefully it's like not kind of like rambling on and rant and stuff. But yeah, today's topic for YAP with Me session is gonna be about aesthetics and how it's killing creativity. I still pretty much believe this, and I hope you form your opinions and then comment below what you think or just your opinions on it. Why this been on the back of my mind? Because, well, I don't know, I kind of thought about like what makes some things pretty and what makes me not want to do it. We're gonna get into that later. But what started this episode's idea was I keep seeing this ad because I've just been searching like junk journal, journaling ideas and stuff because I've been wanting to do it. And for the longest time, I didn't. I finally start my journal. We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, and I just trying to look for different journals, journaling ideas. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to do this and I haven't. And it's been years since I've heard about the concept of a junk journal, which is supposed to be easy, right? You slap junks together. But I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. And then what's aesthetic? Like, what's aesthetic, right? And I saw this on my search. I saw there's like different types of like cover for journals. There's different journal size, different cover, and there's some that they have the strings in the middle, so you can put different types of smaller journals in one thing, and then if you customize it, everything just looks so cute. And I saw this brand, I keep seeing ads for them, so I clicked on one and then they just keep showing stuff. It's like a modular system. It's something with the L, like journal. When I try to look it up, I can't find it like anymore. Binder system, so it's like little binder clips, and then you can buy the right size paper in there, and then you can create tabs and then customize it. You can do different inserts, like all that stuff, and then it's pretty known, like it's like the clear cover outside and all that things, insertions, customizable and all that stuff. Makes me feel not wanting to do the journal. It makes me want to get the binders and everything to set it up, but not actually journal or use the product. And after I started my junk journal, I keep seeing the ads again, because targeted ads, because I'm still looking for things for like journalings and stuff like that, journaling ideas, not as much as anymore. And I'm like, why am I drawn to this? Why I wanted to buy something that looks pretty? Like, we all want to buy something beautiful, right? Why I want to get it, but in the back of my mind that I will not use it because I gotta spend so much time fixating on finding a perfect system that works for me, right? That how to organize things, how to write things, I know what pen color, all of that stuff. And I know my mind gonna go spiraling. When I was doing like notes for like in school and like high schools and stuff, to this day, I still haven't found the perfect system, but I was so fixated on the way it's like I measure like 2 inches from like the red line, had to be certain paper, blah 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 blah. I found some pens I like. I still haven't found the ultimate ones, and it's depending on the mood, the color, the seasons, and all that stuff. And I'm just like, why is that my focus? Why am I drawn to this thing? I'm drawn to it because it's so customizable. You can make it feel you. But is it me if I'm not using it when its purpose is to be used? I make my journal. I'm just like, this is a wonderful idea and complicated at the same times because there's so many options. And then because I haven't looked to see if that's like a specific size or like the way they punch it for it to fit in there. It never occurred to me that you can customize journals and make it beyond just like paper. And I see people doing you know, they do like little studs outside and decorate it, and then when they have the tinfoil sketching thing on there, is it embossing, and it looks so cool. And I'm like, I want to do this. It sounds like a nice cool idea, but I still haven't done it to this day because I don't know what design to do, and I feel like my drawing's not that good enough. And it's just like the constant cycle of wanting to do stuff, but it feels, you see, everyone's stuff is just so much better than you. And yeah, so that's just, oh gosh, I wrote things down and I'm spiraling again. Or dealing with aesthetic or the beautiful, which I'm like doesn't explain much. Artistically, a work of aesthetic value, pleasing in appearance, attractiveness. And then it got me thinking when I look at this, what is beautiful? What is the definition of beautiful? Who are you asking? Because the concept and then the social norms change over time. Black teeth was beautiful in Vietnam before, and then there's so many things that come in and out of fashions, and it's just, you know, looking back, it might seem like, because I thought about it, everyone look at their pictures before, it just gives you cringe. Why is that? But you're doing things, even if it's just you evolved over time, you're growing. So looking back is different because it's not the version of you see right now. So I'm just like, what is beautiful? What beautiful to me might not be beautiful to other people. I like morbidly curious stuff. Like, I want to learn more about, you know, death, culture, like the aspects of things. And some people just don't have time for that. They're just like matter of facts. It's just like, I like this, and that's it. I want to be like, why is that? What makes it right? What makes it wrong? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about ethics. It's just a whole loop. And I'm just like, oh, so you don't learn what's more really right or wrong. It's just a debate. It's just an idea. And then there's different kinds. And then and I cannot get into it because I want a gray area. I don't think everything's right. There's nothing extremely wrong. There's in between, and what perspective you're looking from. And then history is written by the winners. The way it's told is from the perspective of the person winning. So things can be altered and stuff. So that, and I'm just like, what's beautiful to me is not beautiful to you. And then, like they said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And it could change whether you still care about something or not. Give something artistic value. This is so hard because as someone who loves art, it's so hard to explain to someone who doesn't see the world as art. It's art, music is art, typography is art. Like, there's art all around you. Nature, things that inspire people. But it's just like, also art of war. You know, there's arts in everything, but also how you define it. Again, what's art to you? It's not art to me, vice versa. And this just got into kind of the thing of like good art, bad art, if you can make it or not. I feel like people are so quick to judge. They're not talking about like, you know, money laundering, schemings, and all this stuff, and like the ludicrous of like the art world. But we're talking about people see art and then they just go like, I can make that, but you didn't. I think I don't have to agree with a lot of artists or their style or whatever, but when you learn about their process, the way they think and all that stuff, the history, the background, that's what makes it beautiful. You're not just like analyzing, break it down a little bit, like the context of things, and something might seem simple now. Yeah, see how art and things evolve over time. You have newer pigment now, you have newer technology, you can make 3D art, you can do all kinds of stuff. So keep in mind the contextuals, you know, of thing. And then what was fascinating to me, I love watching like Great Art Explains, and there was a time where I just learned all kinds of like histories. So that's when I realized I'm into histories. Great Art Explained talks about like different like you know, very known artists and their background, what makes them great, I think, and what makes them different and stuff. Lily painting, it never occurred to me, well, I think I learned about it and I forgot how big it was, and then the colors and the way it's painted, because he cannot see, he's losing his eyesight, and to see, I really want to see it in person. I don't know, it makes me kind of emotional because it's like a gigantic wall. That's all you see in your world, the color that you're able to see. You can see his palette change over time, his style. It's not refined anymore. It's more blurs and stuff. That's his view. Good and bad is so hard to define. And I feel like, who are we to judge? Does that make sense? Who are we to judge? And sometimes I don't have to agree with you, but it's like some people, you see they pour their heart and soul into something, knowing the why behind it make it feel better, if that makes sense. And I admire those people who have a passion and who will do everything to live up to their passions. And then for the longest time, I was kind of like struggling. I was like, who am I? What's my purpose in life? What do I contribute? Like, what can I do to the world? Would I be forgotten, whatever, from now? So I have to be this big, you know, no like significance, like contribute to the world somehow. But then I'm also like, things can be altered, things will be forgotten. Hundreds and billions of years from now, we might not be here anymore. So it's not so much about who will be the last person to remember you. This kind of reminds me of, you know, from like Coco, like it makes me cry, because I'm like, what if the last person who known or think of me passed on? I will become nothing. But then it got me thinking, well, I might be dead from now. I don't know what it's like. So this kind of turned morbid. So it's just like, I can be the best version of myself, or just not even that. I can be me. Sometime I would like to think my existence helps somebody, or just means something. Maybe not to someone, means something to me. And that's what matters, I guess. Just existing in life. And then I remember I forgot what the talks was about. Someone like commented on one of my video on TikTok about, I was just like doing like makeup or something, like some kind of style or something, and they're like, why do it if it's not to look beautiful? And I'm just like, makeup change you. You can do special effects, you can do all kinds of things. And again, what's beautiful to someone is not beautiful to the other. You can change the shape of the face, you can become a character, you can look a certain way that might not be ideal to people but looks good on you, or vice versa. So, and then I just realized, I don't think you can explain beauty to someone, you can explain art to someone who doesn't love art, who doesn't see the world as art. You know, when you see the world a certain way, your mind is fixed on it. So I don't know if you can change people idea on that. And then pleasing appearance, attractive. What's pleasing? You know, like, what's pleasing to me? Cause I don't know, I had like sometimes pretty hard time, because people like things and they all seem to like common things, like things in common together, and then I just can't relate. I'm like, you do you, you like you, but I feel like the things I like and interest in, people are not. But then it's also like, there are people who share my interests out there. So maybe I haven't found that yet. Maybe my circle is small. Maybe I should broaden up. This kind of like take me back in terms of aesthetic. I was really fixated on social media, because you know, Instagram, how people are like posting like the threes and stuff. It's like the square, and you want to look, it's like as pleasing as possible. So like, that's when you first click on it, that's how you see someone. They spend lots of effort to make it look effortless, like lifestyles and all that stuff. And I remember people taking like beachy pictures and stuff. That I was like, I don't like the beach, I got no friends. I'm not posting that in it. It just feels like life just feels so cohesive. Like everything they're posting just feels like it makes represent that portion, you know. It's like, this is how I want you to view my life. And then there's this one app, start with a V or something like that, where it has like the same kind of like shape as Instagram. So people post just the pictures they plan to put on there. That was before you can put like multiple pictures, I think, on there, so you can see how the feed look before you actually post on the real one. And I'm just like, I did that at one point, and I'm just like, feel like I have to how do you say it? Be fake, present myself in a way that I don't feel comfortable, because those are what's popular, those are what people want to see, and I'm like, that's not me. And then I just feel like there's no theme, right? Because before it's like, it's feeds, it's theme, there's like something common when people click on like your profile. And then I feel like I have no theme, and I feel like I'm one of those people who just like, it's whatever. And then I had one account like ages ago, just like hundreds and hundreds of posts, just like, I was like really like sad, and I just post songs and stuff like that. And I'm just like, if I didn't care for that, why am I focused so much now? Because I feel like when you're private, you can hide that version, and when you're like a public like account, like people see that, your friends see that, and it's just like, this is me I'm presenting, but it might not reflect who I am. And I felt like it just doesn't make sense to me, but I wanna do that, but I don't know how, because again, not me. And then something that's kind of like changed my perspective, I saw a video of somebody, because I was wanting to get back into sketching and stuff. Well, not really, I don't want to sketch. I just saw videos of really cool sketchbooks, and I just go over the sketchbooks, and I'm just like, it looks like masterpiece, not masterpiece, it's like really skill, you know. And it's just like, how do you do all that, how do you plan all that, and blah 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 blah. And then the video was like, all those things you see, you know, those are portfolios, those are great works, that you want to present to someone. And it makes me feel less shitty. I'm like, my sketchbook, it's horrible. It's just like ideas I'm trying to jot down. It just feels like just bad, you know? And I was like, I can do things before. Like, it looks a little bit more elaborate than that, but I'm like, it's also so much effort put into it. And then before I was not satisfied, but when I look back at my progress, I'm like, I made progress when I was looking at all of that. And yeah, so I'm just like, everything we see, even the person that might be their sketchbook, but they train very hard to the point where they're able to do things effortlessly. But when you do it, you're not, because you haven't achieved that mastery of technique yet. And it just got me, because one thing I wanted to do this year was to be obsessed, like do things the way that I fell in love with makeup. Because I remember learning the basics, like, oh, I want to find the foundation and all the stuff, learn all the contour, foundation, blush, all that stuff. And then I start branching out, doing different techniques, this and that, eventually find my style. And then I'm still learning different things and stuff and have fun with that. So I want to do something where I just, to the point where I'm having fun, but I'm like, there's so many options out there, and it feels like overwhelming of all the things you want to do, but you're not able to master it all because, well, I'm not a genius. I can do so much. I can only remember so much, you know. And I just thought that would just be cool. So I wanted to do, was it like a junk journal? Because I've been wanting to make a junk journal. So this is my junk journal. Maybe I'll do like a breakdown of it when I'm like get into it. And I'm just like, why not now? Because for the longest time, I feel like I just can't start things. And I thought it's because I'm a perfectionist. That things has to be perfect. Things has like some kind of like grouping, some kind of category, like something, you know, for me to feel satisfied, for me to feel like I know what I'm doing. Everything makes sense because I've done this. I figure myself out. And I'm just like, to this day, things are evolving because it was a fixed mindset where I'm like, I have to figure everything out. I have to have the answer. I have to know things. Things has to be a certain way. But in reality, it's like everything's the same. They're constantly evolved, and things repeat, things goes in cycle, and things you know, like it happened before. It just recycles, reuse. So that's just like fascinating to me. And yeah, because I like to ask why a lot, because I want to know myself, and I'm also like, why do I want to know myself? Like, I know all these things and things I can fix. How does it like help me, like as a person? Like, what does it do, you know? And then first I was like, maybe because I feel like I'm not good enough for myself, you know, that I won't able to achieve this, blah 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 blah, because I'm comparing me to this version of someone who's good at it and then they master the skill. But then it's also got me thinking, it's the dread. It's just so it got better now, but for the longest time there's just a block, like a blockade, right? It's just scared of the discomfort, that I don't know what to do, that I don't know the answer to things, that I don't know how to solve things or what to look for because I'm new to this. I think I'm scared of being a beginner. It's easy to look back. It's like, hey, okay, like my makeup's not the best, but I feel like I know enough to try and explore new things. It might not always like looks good, but I got what I'm doing. So it's easy for me to be like, let me try something new. versus this is something I've never done before, like, you know. And then yeah, I was just feel scared. And then also I feel a lot of people have this mentality. It's, I forgot what it's called. It's like sticker or something, where I would just buy stickers. Everybody say buy stickers because they're cheap, they're cute, you know, a couple dollars, whatever. And I always wanted to use them for something. I wanted to use it for the future. And for years, I buy them. Not always, but on occasions when I do something I thought it's cute. I just don't use them because I'm scared that I use it and it be gone and I waste it and it's not what I wanted to do, because you cannot remove kind of like a sticker once you put them on. I guess you can, but it's like not the same. And that was my idea. And then when I finally used them, I'm like, it's not that bad. I just wanted to be like free, you know, just to do things and not use my brain. Just be like, I don't care, slap it on like a bottle or something like that. And I'm just like, why is it so hard? Like, it feels like pressure, so much pressure to do things just because I don't want to like admit that I'm not gonna be good at it right away. Like it's common sense, but you have certain expectations of yourself compared to other, you know. And yeah, I'm just scared of not knowing things. Like, I want answers, I want people with answers, and when I don't know what to do, I feel like I'm trying to solve my problems, but I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the answer is. I got a little bit better, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be everything. I wanted to know everything. And it was really sad when I came to a realization that I'm only me. I can only do so much. I can only know so much. But I feel like I might not be good at everything, but I want to know it all. Or at least the things I'm interested in. I just want that. And before, or I just feel like there's disconnections with people. They know like pop culture like references, and I'm just like, what? Like, better now. I'm like broadening my horizon, but there's some things I still have no idea what people are talking about. I can ask, you know, like I can ask if I don't know. It's not like before feeling like left out because you're not like, because you don't know where to start, you don't get the jokes, and it's okay to not know everything, to not get a joke, not to get references. And then I wanted to learn like sew and write, and then when I finally did, I realized I don't like sewing. It's a lot of math, it's a lot of work, and I don't want to sew anything really. It's like starting things was hard. After you overcome the obstacle, it's not as bad because you feel some kind of achievements, like, and then the result is not always perfect. I'm like, I made it, I made past that. And I realized it's not me fearing not being perfect, it's me fearing to start in the discomfort of not knowing what's gonna happen, because you can't be in control of everything. And it's so horribly you're trying to tell yourself like that's not the case, but your brain thinks that, you know. And when I gave something a chance, it doesn't feel as dreadful. But also back to why I feel like aesthetics killing creativity. I think we're all like reading, people say posing with books, reading is performative. It can be, but I like to take pictures of me holding the book that I'm reading. Sometimes I don't like the book and I stop reading it. Sometimes I share a little quote, and it's like you doing those things can be performative things. Anything can be performative because you're doing it for somebody gaze, I feel like, but you're also benefiting yourself because you're reading something or like trying to do something. And then I'm like, why do I take pictures, you know, of me going to museums and all that stuff? because I want to look good. I want to be part of the art, with the art, and also it's aesthetically pleasing because I think that's aesthetic. And then I think that's very true. If we don't capture it, it doesn't feel like we're there. Like if there's no proof, no pictures of you're there, you might just be bluffing and all that stuff. And then also it's a way for me to track memories, because you can go back and be like, hey, I remember this picture. So things can be performative, things can be aesthetic, but I think it's killing creativity when we just doing the things over and over again just because it looks a certain way, it fit a certain style, but it doesn't represent who you are, and you're not exploring new things. I think once it kill your creativity when you are not broadening things out because you establish the look and you don't want to venture. Fantasy of like you establish. Talking about style, like I feel like I still have no style. I don't know what it is. It's coming together, but I'm just feels like before I'm just like trying to find something that represents me, like a clothing or style or hair, makeup. There was like one time I was really struggling with like finding my look. You know, when certain celebrities or some stuff like that, you're like, that's how they do their makeup. You know them for that look, etc. And I want to do that, but then I like makeup. I like colors, like different things, and I just wanted to do a certain look in this, and then my look changed over time, depending on my mood, how much time I have. And there's one time, you know, I'm just doing into like very dark, shimmery, black lips, black eyes, browns, all those kind of like deep shades and stuff. And then after that, I'm just like very happy, bubbly color. And then I just feel like all of those versions can be you. You just have to accept it, because we're more than just one thing. I feel like we show different part of ourselves to different people. Don't worry about it and just start something